This land was made for you and me.
It's like that? Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody. We are on volume.com on the Wreckingroom stage in Lyons, Colorado. And we have a buddy of mine, some good buddies of mine, Buckstein. And we're going to play some country tonight.
You got 9 cameras in here. I don't know which one to wave at.
I know. It's
Which one do I wave at?
You can look at either one of them if you want to talk it up, just yeah, talk it into one or two,
All right, I'll just look forward.
Yeah, man. Well, let's get to some music, and then we'll find out about you and everybody here and have some fun.
Sounds good, man. Thanks,
all right.
Brian.
Yeah. So let me see. Do I count Taylor in on this one, right? Mr.
That's right.
All right. Microphone's off. $5 a shot. Remember? All right. Here we go.
Like how this guitar sounds when no one around. I know a secret little spot we can get out of town, kick off them beautiful on them boots, see how it feels getting down on my roots. Watch the sun dipping down by that old oak tree, take a moonlight stroll with me by the creek. You may not know it, my girl, but you can't bear. Shine, baby, just be mine. I got a few tricks them city boys ain't got. We keep the kid, girl, getting gets high. Kick off them heels, go on them boots, see how it feels getting down on my roots. Watch the sun getting down by that old oak tree, take a moonlight stroll with me by the creek. May not know it right, girl, but you can't.
Yeah. Buckstein making a country girl out of you.
I've never done anything like this. This is cool.
Yeah, so
Record music in a professional setting, is what I mean by that.
So basically, if you guys just joined us, we're just hanging out with Buckstein and the Buckstein Band, or most of it.
We call them the Herd.
The Herd.
Yeah, the HEARD.
And we got 3 of the guys who aren't with us because we couldn't fit, or I think I stole the drum chair for the evening, but they'll be back on volume soon with the full band, the full big production.
Neat.
So I want to talk to you about how we met. So you and I met in a recording studio, thanks to Taylor, who works at Coop Studios in Boulder. It's a great studio. Everybody around the Boulder and Denver area loves Coop Studios. So Taylor brought me in, and he said, "Yeah, I got this thing, blah blah blah." And then he told me, and I'd heard your name because I've never played the country circuit, and you guys do, but I just know some people in common. And so we got in there and we started playing, and I heard your voice, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I mean, this guy is.
I gotta get out of here.
He's sitting in the control room, and he's got an SM57, and he's just sitting there. He's holding an SM57, and I just hear this voice, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like that is country, So anyway, that was my first impression of you.
Well, thank you.
And we had a ball recording those tracks. We're going to play some of those tonight.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about your new record, Comfort Zone, and all the crazy things that you guys have going on.
Awesome.
But I do want to just ask a little bit, and I have to ask the usual shit. When did you start singing? It says that you started singing around 13, blah, blah, blah. How did you get yourself into this mess? I call it the rock and roll shit twister, but we call it the music business.
Sounds like the name of an album. Right?
That's your next album, yeah.
The rock and roll shit twister.
Sounds like something I can't afford.
Yeah, right. 13, and really only because that was the time I was trying to meet chicks. And I was at a summer camp. This is, I don't know if it really started this way, but it's the best version of the story. I was at summer camp, and I was, just like every other kid at camp, or boy my age, really, was trying to meet girls, and there were some girls singing Amazing Grace. And I, sort of shyly scooted up next to them and started singing with them. And their heads just whipped around, and it was like, oh, my God, you can sing. And then they brought all of the other girls from their side of camp over to hear me sing. And I think from that moment on, I was like, oh, okay.
So it was girls.
Yeah,
it's always girls.
Chicks. It was chicks. But it morphed into a much more meaningful, this gives people something. People really enjoy this. You can affect moods. You can make people smile. You can
absolutely
cheer up your mother. You can, brighten someone's day, and you can, make people cry or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to get into some music here for a second. I'm actually doing I'm trying to notify people that we are going here. Boom. So sorry.
That's all right.
There's a lot of little.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's like, come on, tell the people that follow. So anyway, we're on volume.com. This is a new platform for musicians, and so basically it's like a kind of a Twitch for musicians. There's a chat room on the side. If you guys want to ask Buckstein any questions, or almost any questions,
let's go with any.
Send them in, and we'll do it here live for you. But yeah, you can stream, it will stream from home. They can stream to their fans. They can eventually they'll do their social media from here, all kinds of stuff. It'll be like a LinkedIn for musicians.
That's awesome. So
that's the platform. And then we're also doing live shows like at the Dillon Amphitheater and different places around the country, So that's kind of what's going on here. So let's get into another tune of yours, and then we'll circle around and talk a little more. This is Buckstein on volume.com, Wreckingroom stage.
Mm-hmm.
Ten at 2?
Yeah.
Mic's off? Yeah, here we go.
saloon. Spent all night just playing a fool. Around 9:55, any woman he could find will do. And walks a rough-looking woman from the parking lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, she ain't doing so hot, but was a 2 at 10. It's a 10 at 2. What's a 2 at 10? It's 10 at 2. And at 2:15, he'll be coming with us. Around 2:35, there ain't nothing he won't do. When she first walked in with a look like hell, 4 or 5 shots and never fails. What's a 2 at 10? It's 10 at 2. Sad girl at the edge of the bar for the rest of her friends. 5 men ain't hard. She threw on into the black dress and then high heel boots. The boy slides her a drink and it's far from a 10, but a couple of rounds and it happens again. What's a 2 at 10? It's a 10 at 2. What's a 2 at 10? It's a 10 at 2. And at 2:15 she'll be cutting loose. Round 2:35 there ain't nothing she won't do. When I first walked in with a look like hell, 4 or 5 shots and never fails. What's a 2 at 10? It's 10 at 2. I'll give it a love there, sir. Taylor, take him around one time, brother. Now they both head home for a little bit of fun, and 12 minutes later they're asleep and done. They wake up in the morning, wondering whose house they're in. They're a little confused and a little bit dazed. They roll over to find that it works both ways. Well, it's 10 at 2, turns back into 2 at 10. What's 10 at 2, turns back into 2 at 10. What's 2 at 10? It's 10 at 2. At 2:15, he'll be cutting loose. Around 2:35, there ain't nothing you won't know. When I first walked in with a look like hell, 4 or 5 shots and it never fails. What's 2 at 10? It's 10 at 2. I will never forget that 2 and 2 make 4. So take a few of them home, and that ain't a bad score. What's a 2 at 10? Just might be a 10 at 2. Thank you.
So, do you have any experience with that firsthand?
Don't we all? Yeah, man. No,
I'm just going to leave it there.
You don't want to hear that story.
Exactly. If you guys just joined us, we're with Buckstein on the Wreckingroom stage at volume.com. And I wanted to talk just a little bit more to that guy with the broken foot over there. This is Taylor Marvin, producer, mixer extraordinaire, and just totally awesome dude with a broken foot.
Pretty broken. Aren't we all?
So let's talk. You guys all went on vacation together, right? Why don't you guys tell that story just a little bit, how he broke his foot?
Yeah, Sarah wasn't there.
Sarah wasn't there.
I was smart.
She still got both feet.
She listened to that old gypsy woman who told me not to go. So the three of us and several of our friends were out on Lake Powell for a week ago. And on day 3, I rode a jet ski for the first time.
Oh, really? This is getting good.
And those bad boys have a sport mode. I recommend eco mode your first time. Any of you listening out there, you amateur water sports enthusiasts, try out eco mode. Yeah, I was going very fast and I fell off and I broke 3 bones in my foot. But I just heard today I only have 2 weeks on crutches and then I'll be good as new.
Which might have been like less, like after he broke it, I was like, all right, Taylor, come on. And then we like went down a channel in a canyon, and then we stopped and he got out and he was like, oh no.
I was like, oops. Yeah.
It's like, well, we better get back.
Better ride these jet skis.
Jet skis back, slamming everything against each other. Yeah.
So is there any water left in that thing?
Oh, dude, so much water. But don't tell anybody, because I don't want anybody else to go. I want that lake all to myself. No, it's low, but I mean, there's still parts of Powell that are 300 feet deep. Like,
Right.
it's not going
But it's got that giant ring around it, that white ring
Yeah.
that you look up to, because that's
Yeah.
where the water used to be.
Right.
And
right.
it's like, how is it like half, or how far down
It's
is it?
pretty far down. And
It's
I
pretty
mean,
scary.
It's 40 feet down from where I've seen it in other years. So
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow. So you guys are like a real band. You hang out, you do all kinds of stuff together. That's great.
We do. I mean, it's you can't really, and you probably experienced this, Brian. You can't really do this without liking the people you do it
That's
with.
true. That's true.
As I've put together bands over, and I've worked with many musicians, but there's like there's on one hand there is like the hang, and on the other hand is musical ability.
Oh, yeah.
And I would almost take a little bit more. Well, clearly, I would take more hang ability over musical ability.
Totally.
Than I would musical ability over. Kidding.
Clearly.
Kidding.
Clearly, this guy.
But
We pointed at you just so if you couldn't tell.
I wasn't paying attention. I
and I was going to end by
about.
saying, when you can get both, you've lucked out.
Right. You guys are killing it. That's awesome.
That's right.
That's so great. Well, and yeah, I mean, so the way this came about is we were both playing at Winter Park. There's a wonderful big sage at Winter Park.
Yeah.
What's it called? Something event center or something? Or
The event was called Red, White, and Buckstein.
okay, that's
But
great.
The,
I didn't even know that.
the event center, I think, is also called the Buckstein Event Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that,
Everything's
now that
gonna
I
be-
think about it. No, I can't, honestly can't
Memorial.
remember what it is in Winter Park. It's something.
Yeah,
The
well,
Rendezvous?
Yeah,
something
Rendezvous
pavilion.
Event Center, and it's in Hideaway Park.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's a really nice stage, and they got the big old. I'm tuning my snare drum. It's not my ass. Sorry. But yeah, they've got
Tune that next.
a big old ego screen and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and it was really fun to see you guys, because you guys put on the country show. You
That's
guys,
right.
you got the box, the light up box you jump up on, and all this stuff, and it's really fun. It's great to see you guys. So this next tune, what I was talking about your foot, I was trying to lead into. You brought me into Coop Studios to record some songs, and this is one of them that we're going to play. And this is a Bob Dylan tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
times are changing.
You guys did a really cool thing with this, and hopefully we can somewhat recreate it here.
Sweet, dude.
I turned my mic off because I'm good.
Because you're the whipped little puppy.
I was gonna say
That's
this is
right.
the crew though. Like this, if you listen to that record, these are all the players that
no,
are on that.
that's actually true. Nobody in here did not play on that track.
That's awesome. This is the track that brings us all together. I actually skipped a song, but we can go back to
Yeah.
it,
That's cool.
because we might as well do this one now while we're here.
I'm down.
Okay, mic's off, everybody in this room.
Stuff for
Taylor's your mic on? You're good. Keith, you good? Okay.
Gather around, people, wherever you roam. Admit that the waters around you have grown. And accept that there's some you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or sink like a stone. For the times, they are changing. Some writers and critics who pride
prophesize with pens. Keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. Don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. No telling who that is named. For the loser now will be later to win. For the times they are changing. From senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. He who gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's a rig. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. The old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand. For the times they are changing. Oh, come on. It is cast, slow on now, later be fast. As the present now, will later be fast. The order is rapidly aging. First one now will later be last. For the times they are changing. For the times they are changing. For the times they are changing.
I always love the manual fade. You know, when the band fades on their own.
Yeah, totally.
That's the deal for me.
A hard thing to do. It doesn't work live. People don't know when to clap. You know,
Like,
you
come
only
on,
get
people,
one
come on,
shot
we're
to,
fading
like,
out,
really
come
get
on.
everyone clapping, and if you do that manual like you get like 6 chunks of the audience like clapping at the wrong time. And it's just,
You get the crickets.
yeah, we get so many trash can endings.
So this is the perfect time for it because people are just sending GIFs.
Right.
That's right.
People are sending emojis.
Yeah,
You know?
of
yeah,
like
we can
Simon
manual fade
Cowell.
all night, man.
Let's see. What do we have? We have fade is a great hairstyle too. Thanks, Ben.
The manual fade is not a great hairstyle.
We have Simon Cowell clapping here. So
Simon
do you,
Cowell?
Do you have experience with him?
Oh yeah,
Can we talk about your
not
experience?
him clapping,
No, I know.
but I got experience with him.
Let's talk about. We were watching one of those shows last night, and I told him that you were on one of the early versions of those
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
And which one was that?
So I was on American Idol.
American Idol.
In seasons 5 and 6. It's a little known fact that I was on 2
Oh,
seasons.
both. You got the bonus.
Season 5 was the big one because that was, when I got a chance to perform in the finale and all that good stuff. I came back season 6 trying to redeem myself, which I did. I actually made it farther. There's a little bit of story that I made it farther than I did in season 5, but then I just, I was cut from the show and sort of swept under the rug, which is one of the things about being on those shows.
Yeah.
I could probably should have at some point like set up a counseling program or something for people going through
Exactly.
those things, because it's such a whirlwind, especially a lot of these kids are kids. A lot of these, they're high schoolers and they're really young and they get, sucked into the reality television show world. And it's partially, yes, what you think it is, and then it's really not what you think it is. One of the big things that it's not is always a guaranteed instant ticket to fame.
Exactly.
Because the cameras were in our faces all day. Like, I mean, there's hours and hours and hours of footage of just me doing whatever I was doing at the time, because then they take all of that footage from everybody and then they go and they decide what their pieces are going to be.
Right.
And there's just only
Who's got the best
they got an hour,
storyline?
maybe
Yeah.
two if it's a longer episode. They don't do 2-hour episodes of this stuff anymore, I don't think. But so you go home and you've never seen an edit, and you think to yourself, you're telling all your friends and your family, like, guys, I'm going to be famous. This is it. I'm never going to work another day in my life. And you then turn on the show like everybody else, and you find out you don't even exist. And so, yeah, that's a really dark part of that whole thing. But there was a year where I was kind of featured, and was able to perform on the finale. Like, they brought us back, this group I was in, they brought us back to the finale to perform on the Kodak stage in L.A. in front of 200 million worldwide, I think, was the audience.
A little bit more than we have tonight,
Yeah,
but we're getting there.
yeah,
We're working on it.
Yeah, I don't think I think I peaked. I don't know if I'm ever going to perform in front of that many people ever again. I don't even know it's possible. We beat the Olympics for, like, in viewership that
Wow.
year. Like, we got, like, a 16th share, and they got a 12th or something like that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
those were the peak years,
It's crazy how those things have taken off and just become, like, mainstream America every night that the show's on,
But is anybody, and I'm out of touch, and you say you're watching them. Is anybody really making much of a career out of there?
I think that there's a few, and not usually the ones that win.
Right.
There was what, Daughtry came out of that.
Daughtry
and,
came out, yeah.
And there's definitely, I'm sure there's more opportunities that come up for people.
Right.
But yeah, I had a friend who was on one of them, and it was quite a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you experienced the same thing. They give you, like, 6 inches of paperwork, and then once
And you sign it because you're like, fucking, it's my chance.
Yep.
How would I not sign it?
Yep,
I don't need a lawyer.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, well, let's jump into a ballad? Did we do a ballad after we talk about that? I don't know.
Why not?
All right. So we're gonna play a tune called "This Time."
Co-written with Dylan Carmichael, a good buddy of mine out of Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's
So you
play
guys
one
got
of these.
cred when you say Nashville.
And then we're gonna talk about some of your newer stuff and other stuff. So
Sounds good.
this is Buckstein on the Wreckingroom stage at volume.com. And let me find a tempo for this baby here.
I came on too early, so I can blame myself for believing you that he was just a friend. Now I see things clearly, there's no stories left to sell. I can't believe that this is happening again. I know you're thinking that I'm bound to lose my mind, but I won't be raising hell this time. This time the neighbors won't call the cops, 'cause we're screaming at 3 a.m. This time there ain't no bottle of Jack chasing your words again. No peeling out in the driveway, no slamming the bedroom door. This time you won't break my heart until I get up too many times before. This time all I know what's going on. So this time tomorrow I'll be gone. Can't undo the damage, retie the knot that held us together, made him mine. It's a heartbreaking situation when you give a girl all you got. Those pretty blue eyes won't cover the lies this time. This time the neighbors won't call the cops,
cops, 'cause they're screaming at 3 a.m. This time there ain't no bottle of Jack chasing your words again. No peeling out in the driveway, no slamming the bedroom door. This time you won't break my heart until I get them too many times before. This time all I know is going on. So this time tomorrow I'll be gone like a midnight train, gone like my wasted yesterdays. I slip out before you away. Tonight, girl, I can play along. We can dance and dance and we can sing our song. I want this to be the memory when I'm gone. 'Cause I'll be gone. This time the neighbors won't call the cops, 'cause they're screaming at 3 a.m. This time I ain't drowning in Jack, chasing your words again. No peeling out in the driveway, no slamming the bedroom door. This time you won't break my heart until I get it too many times before. This time I know what's going on. This time tomorrow I'll be cashing in all my songs. This time tomorrow I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
That's a nice tune.
Thanks, man.
So when did you put that one out?
That was on a EP in 2017. This is right when you guys joined me, right?
That's when we joined.
Yeah. It was right when I first started playing with Taylor and Keith. And yeah, it was 2017.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just a little bit. I'm just jumping all around. Sorry.
Sure.
But I did want to. I'm just kind of looking through your bio and stuff, and you studied theater.
Yep.
At Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton,
You can tell.
and so
You can always tell a Fullerton man.
they had a great music program too.
Yeah.
I had some hot drummers that went there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know some guys?
Yeah. So what was it like doing that? And then it says that you went to L.A. and you were kind of doing the acting thing. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah. As far back as I can honestly remember, I mean, even to elementary school, like I wanted to be an actor, and not like an actor's actor. Just I wanted to be a movie star. And you know, I got into theater in high school, and that worked out. Like I was kind of instantly cast in things, and I mean, whatever, I fit the roles, and same thing sort of took off in college. I went to college to study theater and study acting, and I was getting cast when other people weren't, and getting big parts. And then I got into like real world acting, and none of that shit happened. Like I was no longer popular. Like I could not get arrested in Los Angeles. So I stopped. And I didn't really stop. I mean, it's like that was right around the time I moved to LA, and I lived in LA or Burbank rather, which is right outside of LA. I lived in Burbank for about 3 years. And tried to do the thing. I interned at a place, and shot my headshot around everywhere, and got rejected everywhere. And that was right around the time that I got into American Idol, and so that also.
Oh, so you were already out there. You didn't come from here. You were in L.A. when that happened.
I was in L.A. for the first round of American Idol. I was back here by the time I went on for a second time.
Right.
And it seemed like music was more of the calling now, and a lot of what I was able to do on stage as a musician was came from being a ham on stage and learning how to be in front of a crowd, and that that lent itself well to singing, and it just seemed like there was more of a thing there for me. And then I came back and I still like got a commercial agent here, and I was on a television show here, a commercial there, or something like that.
Yeah.
Still do some of that from time to time. Who knows? Maybe I'll break late. Maybe I'll,
Hey, man.
when I'm 50, I'll get that part.
There's time for all of us, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
You just got to keep getting better, right?
That's right. I'll do the old Tim McGraw thing.
Well, let's play another song, and then I think we're going to be venturing toward your new material.
Ooh.
And we'll have a little build-up to your new material. His new record is friggin' great. One of the songs we're going to be playing, I think, hopefully it'll take you to stadiums. That's what I'm going to say now. I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So we have a song called If I Had a Boat, right?
Right.
Okay.
Which I didn't write.
You did not, right? Great.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
This
You're on volume.com.
is a Lyle Lovett tune. A very different take on a Lyle Lovett tune. Me and my producer, Joey Barba, I went to Joey and I said, hey, man, I want to do this, but I want to do it kind of different. And Joey really put the moves on it. And I was really, really happy with the way this came out.
Awesome. This is Buckstein on the Wreckingroom channel on volume.com.
If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride 'em on my boat. We'd get all together, and we'd go out on the ocean with me upon my pony on my boat. If I was Roy Rogers, I'd shown up in single. Couldn't bring myself to marrying on death. It would just be me and Trek, go right through them movies. We'd buy a boat and on the sea we sail. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride 'em on my boat. We'd get all together and we'd go out on the ocean. Me upon my pony on my boat. Man was small, but he got himself a Tonto. His Tonto does dirty work for free. The Tonto, he was smarter. One day said, Kimosabe, kiss my ass, I bought a boat, I'm going out to sea. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride 'em on my boat. We get all together and we go out on the ocean. Me upon my pony on my boat. If I was like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. I'd come and go whenever I would please. I'd scare 'em by the shade tree, I'd scare 'em by the light pole, but I would not scare my pony on my boat out on the sea. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride 'em on my boat. We get all together, go out on the ocean, me upon my pony on my boat. If I had a boat, go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, I'd ride 'em on my boat. We get all together, go out on the ocean. Me upon my pony on my boat. It's me upon my pony on my boat. Yeah.
Cool. I think I had a different version charted out, so I was
That's all right.
what's going on?
It's not like we gave you a lot of time to prep or even material.
Exactly. So if you guys just joined us, we actually ran through most of each song once, and then we ate tacos.
Tacos.
We had tacos from
Taco Thursday.
from one of our favorite places, Mojo here in Lyons. Yeah, and one of our viewers here was saying, "Oh yeah, Greg likes the tacos here. Everybody likes the tacos here." Greg, one of our founders, was watching, and I was hanging out with him, and he's got a place in Gypsum, and he's like, "Hey man, where's the cowboy hat?" Because last week when I saw him, he came back from this trip and he had the big old cowboy hat. So, but you do both, right? You
Yeah, I
this?
do.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat feels a little
Not in this room
grandiose for this
Yeah,
format.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I saw you.
Knock Sarah
You have
over.
to put you in a different booth. Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about Keith for a second. Keith, where are you from, and how did you guys meet? You're like,
Well, I'm
yeah.
from Arvada, just north of Denver.
Yep.
Actually, a bassist in town, Robin Ruscio,
Mm-hmm.
was approached about this slot. He didn't have the time
Uh-huh.
for it at that time, and he came to me and said, this guy this country guy is playing at the Grizzly Rose.
Which is for you guys that don't know, it's like the big country bar in Denver, and that's like it's the staple. Okay, go ahead.
And he's like, well, you should probably go audition for him. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about the country music thing. I ain't really done that before. And so I went over there, and I mean, Taylor was there, and he was there. And I was like, well, these pretty fantastic musicians. And so now, what are we on, almost 4.5 years? And
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
so
That's great,
I guess
man.
I'm a country guy now.
You're a country
So,
guy
yeah,
now.
I pretty much bought in, but it's been a great time. I
You
really
found out you
enjoyed it.
get paid when you play country music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's got 4 grills in his backyard. I'd say he's a country guy now.
That's true.
And so you guys were like the country band that plays or you at least did. I don't know if you still do, like all the time. You guys would.
No,
you were
I
like,
was a house band
yeah.
in there starting, I think, in 2011. That was some
Wow.
of my like early days. I mean, it was a lot. Music for me was definitely a bit more of a hobby during those years. But I mean, that was a really fun gig. And I opened for huge acts and there was musicians that came and went during that time. These guys showed up, kind of right. I mean, we've done plenty of Grizzly Rose runs together.
Sure.
And then for whatever reason, I mean, there's always a timing thing where you like all right, I might not do the 6 nights a week, but let's see about headlining there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is coming. The big claim to fame there was the song I wrote after. I wrote a song about the Grizzly Rose like after the first week I had played there, because it was a huge musical accomplishment, and it was so fun, and there was so much booze and so much chicks and just a stack of cash at the end of it, which was not a lot of money, but they brought it out in cash that first time, so it looked like a lot of money.
Right.
And I went and wrote this song about all that shit.
Uh-huh.
And I had it produced by Joey Barbara, who also produced that last song we just
Yes.
played. And it they love it there, and they play it before every big act, and it's known around town. I still don't think anything I've put out yet gets quite as many cheers in this town as when that first song comes on.
Yeah,
We
and
probably should have played it tonight now that we've
Yeah, I
talked so
know.
much about it. But
Say, and now we're gonna play a different
play
song.
some other shit.
And now we're gonna move on to the new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep us on track for
Yeah.
transferring over. So you've got a new album that you just dropped a month ago.
Yeah, July 9th, the whole album
Okay, a couple months ago.
Yep.
A month ago. And so I heard this story from Taylor. So correct me if I'm wrong, and this seems really a really interesting thing about you is that you are into Cirque du Soleil. Is that the deal, or you were into the music?
I mean, I do like me some Cirque. I mean, that's a hell. It's if you are
I love Cirque du
if you're an
Soleil.
if you're an AV kind of guy, if you're just like into the whole audio visual thing. I mean, the music they put up and the visuals they put up, my God, it's an amazing thing.
And so you were like, I want the guy who did this to produce my next record.
That's right. So I never saw this show. Well, actually, quiet as kept. I did see this show, like kind of a recording of it that was never released. But this show, the show Viva Elvis, didn't make it past I think a year and some months at the Aria, and there's a lot of reasons for that I've heard that I won't go into, but the music from it stuck around, and I'm a big Elvis fan, and on the Elvis station on XM, which one of Taylor's favorites, it's
Which is on in the van all the time, right?
he has to ride him, so he's forced to listen to it sometimes. This version of Blue Suede Shoes came on, and it blew my mind. And I was just like, what the hell is this? And I looked it up, and it was this whole Viva Elvis show that I didn't know about, and I was really sad because the show didn't even exist anymore at the time. But I knew, like, whoever created that sound. And it was, the thing for me was I knew what the song was prior to what it became. Like, Blue Suede Shoes I've heard a million times.
Yeah.
And reimagined in this way, I was like, what a mind. And so I sought out my producer, Mr. E, who resides in Quebec, in Montreal, and struck up a friendship and a hell of a working relationship, and made these 5 songs that we're going to play tonight, and many more in the can. Wink,
Nice.
Wink. So yeah,
So you guys have a whole bunch coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I thought you guys did a great job on this, and I'm a drummer who's like really like, I'm an old school guy who loves real drums, and like the stuff that you guys did, the production you did, I was just like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. It's like so exciting, and and all the different facets, it was.
And
really,
he's such a drum guy. I mean, we've
Is
got
he?
a saying around the studio. It's just big fat fucking beats, and we say that all the time. And every song, just kind of has to, when he wants to get into like, choosing drums, finding drums, recording drums, whatever it is, it's just,
it's got to be big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That was what was on Blue Suede Shoes. I think that first got me was the drums. If you haven't heard that, Brian,
I haven't actually. I got to
definitely
check
out that whole album. It's incredible.
Oh, awesome. Well, if you guys have any questions for Buckstein, please put them up. We are going to venture into this, what I think is like the frickin' hit, like that should have you guys in stadiums in about 6 months. I really hope. When I heard this thing, I was just like, what the heck is going on? I mean, and then you guys have this extended version that you're playing live,
Right.
that has like all this extra candy and just
Which
to
isn't
say,
released yet, so you get to hear it here tonight. Or it's on the CDs. If you come to a show, you buy a CD, you get the extended version. But you can't
and that's how
stream
you guys are doing it. You have extended versions of a lot of these songs,
Yeah.
but people have to participate in order to get to them.
That's right.
That's great. Well, on your volume channel, you'll be able to have a fan club, and you can be like, hey, you want to listen to these songs? You got to,
Sweet.
So,
like it.
Cool. Well, this song's called Comfort Zone, and this is the title track, and I'm just excited to be playing this song because I can't stop listening to it. So
That means a lot to me, Brian. Thank you, dude.
everybody's mics off? Okay. I'll count us in, and the big hit on 4.
Let your heart be right next to mine. If you need a little quality time, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Looks like today I might be calling in. I got my truck, let's take it for a spin. Don't overthink it, just hop on in. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, come on and get a little closer. Make yourself at home. Yeah, yeah, girl, you're always welcome right here in my comfort zone. In my comfort zone. Yeah. Hit every back road that we come across. Don't GPS it, it's more fun to get lost. Need a case of beer, toss. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Drop the tailgate on the edge of town. Crank up the radio and boogie on down. If you wanna sing along to the sweet, sweet sound, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Come on and get a little closer. Make yourself at home. Yeah, yeah. Girl, you're always welcome right in my comfort zone. In my comfort zone. Get a little crazy. Brian McRae, you're so good, man. Your hips keep swaying in the headlights. The way you're moving, we could be here all night. This is wrong, forget about right. You can do that, yeah, you can do that. You can do that, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, baby. I got something I want to say, darling. Put your worries up on the shelf. This case of beer ain't gonna drink it, sip. If you want somebody who can help, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I can do. Yeah, come on and get a little closer. Make yourself at home. Yeah, girl, you're always welcome right in my comfort zone. In my comfort zone. You gonna come sit in on that one, Brian, when we go to the stadiums?
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna play this one again at the end because it's my favorite song. And
All right,
I fucked up some shit.
You,
so, you know.
man, you're the man.
I wanna
This
come
is
back.
This is your bar mitzvah. I'm just reading
It
the
is-
Torah
it is
portion.
my
You know?
bonus. No, I just love that song. How can you not like that song?
I love that fucking
I mean,
song.
it's
That's why I
like-
recorded it. That's why I wrote it.
It's like, yeah. I mean, it's really. I don't know. I always get like in these things. I always get like the one or two songs that really move me. I get
That's
super
awesome, man.
excited.
That means a lot.
So we're
Means a
lucky to
lot.
have you guys here. Yeah, so we're here on volume.com, Wreckingroom channel. We got Buckstein and the band, and now we have to talk about ding, 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 Sarah in the booth.
Hello.
I can't see you from here, but I can see your violin or your fiddle.
Here,
There we go. There we
There
go.
There it is.
So what's your story? Give us the deal with you.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what's kind of funny is I actually knew another member of this band long before I even moved out to Colorado. Yeah, I'm from New England originally. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I went to...
Where about?
Westfield, if you know where that is. It's near Springfield, Western Mass.
Oh, so I used to work for Spalding in Springfield.
Oh, my God!
I mean, I didn't work there. I worked in Chicago. I was in the tennis business, and I used to go around and do tennis clinics and stuff. But they were based in Springfield, so I've been out there a few times.
That's wild. No one ever, when I say I'm from Massachusetts, people are like Boston or Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard or Providence. Oh, wait, no, sorry, Provincetown. I'm thinking of Rhode Island. Anyways, no one ever thinks of Western Mass, so that's very exciting. No, I knew Taylor because we went to Berkeley.
You guys
College.
went to Berkeley
We went
together.
to Berkeley
Okay.
together. Yeah.
Now it
so
makes sense.
It all makes sense. So that was my connection when I moved out here. A couple of years after I'd moved out here, Taylor was looking for a fiddle to record on a couple of songs.
Yeah, the ones we did together.
Yeah, the ones we did together. The ones we all did. So actually, technically, there's like this 6 degrees of separation.
This is basically a reunion show.
This is a reunion show. But yeah, I've been out here for it's just been 5 years last month.
Wow.
It's my 5th year in Colorado.
Welcome to Colorado.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it out here. It's so beautiful. Change of pace, very different from New England. So it's
Totally.
good to be out here. Yeah.
She came in to record those songs, and she just slayed them. I think you'll remember correctly, and that's we've kept in touch since then, and it was a slow progression, like getting her full time. She's out of my league.
No.
But I convinced her that she should hang with us. So she's been doing that. And
that's
we're really
great.
happy to have her.
That's a great story. And where do you live in Colorado?
I live up in Boulder, in Gun Barrel.
Gun Barrel. Okay, so you're not
Yeah.
too far from here.
No, not
This
too
is like
far.
a nice little, drop by and
Yeah.
cool.
And actually, it's cool too to be up in Lyons because I have a lot of bluegrass friends. I mean, I play the violin and the fiddle,
Yeah.
So this is a big bluegrass hub up here.
Oh, it totally is. I mean, I when I moved up here, I was like the fish out of water. I was from Boulder too, or I lived in Boulder, and I came up here, and it was like this bluegrass town, and I was like this rocker, rock drummer or whatever, and it was just like everywhere you throw anything, you hit a banjo or you hit a this or you hit a that, And now there's actually a lot of drummers up here, and there's a lot of different things going on, and the town's just really grown musically. It's really great. So yeah, we're lucky to have you up here, and
Well, thanks.
I'm glad you're close because there's a studio here that's not too far from you, and
Where?
we need fiddle players from time to time.
Hey.
So we just had Jeremy Garrett in here from String Dusters.
Awesome.
Just I don't know, last week I think, and we had the guitar player Andy Falco was on my stream here a couple weeks ago when they came in to play the bluegrass, the Rocky Grass here.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. That just happened.
Yeah, so all kinds of people coming through Lyons because of Planet Bluegrass and everything else. So it's really, really great to have everybody here. So let's talk about Coat. We have a ballad, and this is a new ballad.
Yeah.
Right? Any words on this one going into it?
This I think pushed me the most creatively and lyrically. And I remember walking in to the studio with hey man, I got this hook, like a coat in the cold. And he was like, "What the?" And it was one of those phrases that, like, I don't know, I'll say you either love it or you hate it. But when I put it to this melody that we already had going and to all the vibes, it just fit. And it was something I'd never heard before, which when I'm writing is something I'm always reaching for. I think most writers are trying to say something that's been said a million times, but you want a new way to say it. There wasn't any like a particular person or event or anything that sort of inspired this. It was just, it's like we've all been there. We've all been there for somebody, want to let somebody know. We intentionally made it like non-sexual, even though it probably made it, for most people, be sung from like one like a man to a woman or something like, or
Sure.
something romantic. But we made it as though you could sing it to a friend or
Yeah.
something like that. And we've all been there for people, and had those people been there for us in the exact same way. And
Exactly.
and that's how you get this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into Coat. Microphones off, everybody, including me. And this is one of the new songs on the new EP, Comfort Zone. We're with Buckstein in studio on the Wreckingroom channel on volume.com.
You've been walking alone for too many miles, searching high and low just to fix your smile. Hauling a heavy load more than you can hold. I hope you can see. You can just put it all on me. Remember I'm the laugh when you were frowning. Remember I'm the raft when you were drowning. Remember I'm the one that you can count on. Honestly, you know that's me. Remember I'm your youth when you're feeling old. Remember I'm your truth when you need to be told. You know I'm on it, like a coat in the cold. Come on in and get warm, you know that I don't mind. And I got nowhere to be, so just take your time. I know that you've been running low, too many places to go, too many fights to fight. You don't have to go it alone now. Whatever's going wrong, I'm gonna get it right. Remember I'm the laugh when you were frowning. Remember I'm the raft when you were drowning. Remember I'm the one that you can count on. Honestly, you know that's me. Remember I'm your youth when you're feeling old. Remember I'm your truth when you need to be told. You know I'm on it, like a coat in the cold. Coat in the cold. Coat in the cold. Just the sound of you laughing, something I can get wrapped in. Do the same for me if it was up to you. Remember your laugh when I'm proud. Remember your breath when I'm drowning. Remember you're the one that I can count on. Honestly, you've been there for me. Remember you're my youth when I'm feeling old. Remember you're my truth when I need to be told. Always been on it, like a coat in the cold.
Yeah. Short, sweet. Right to
right.
the point.
That's right. That's right.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Thanks, man.
Let's see, what haven't I talked about? I want to talk about the rest of the band who's not here. So can you tell us the rest of the guys in the band and
They don't matter. No, yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, well, and I'll say this as you do, especially at as you're climbing, and you're I was born here. I mean, I'm still like a lot of these guys still work day jobs. I mean,
sure.
You know, and
Yeah.
so like you've got like kind of first chair, second chair sort of deals, or
Sure.
subs for everybody.
Yeah.
I got 2 guitarists named Taylor.
All right. That's
2
easy.
drummers named Sean.
Awesome.
I got a tremendous keyboard and harmonica player by the name of AC. Our Hungarian connection. He's
really?
He's an awesome and funny guy. Yeah, and so Tiggs, as we call him, because I can't have 2 Taylors in the band. It's just not going to work.
Right.
Tiggs and Sean, they're good buddies from way back, and kind of came on recently with the induction of this new album. When this new album was coming out, I realized really quick that I needed to step up my live game.
Yeah.
There was not going to be any kind of faking it and not having like all the instruments. Like if I was going to do this right, I needed to pull in some other pieces.
Sure.
So, that's, I mean, in a matter of months, I was making calls to get, a rhythm guitarist and to get my harp player and keyboard player in there. And then, I got my old buddy Phil Stone, who subs on us, subs on harp and keys from time to time. So the herd is vast.
Yeah,
is
it's a herd.
Wide.
It's a herd.
It's a
yeah.
herd. It's a herd. Yeah. But
Yeah.
all really, beautiful, talented
Yeah.
people who just,
Love hanging out.
put up
playing
with
the
my
music.
bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this, it's a lot. It's a lot to be down for, and I'm grateful that these guys are in it to win it.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's talk about Down Home EXO, because that's another exciting track.
Crack a beer for this one.
Yeah, you need a fresh. What do we have? We have Sessions tonight. ladies and gentlemen.
Can we get a sponsorship from?
I'm out of
Session?
beer. Could someone get me a beer from the control room? Do you guys mind?
You don't have a control
If
room,
you
Brian.
ask
Stop
for it-
shouting at
if you
people who
ask
don't
for it,
exist.
sometimes it happens.
I'm kidding.
You know.
You actually do have a really great setup here, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is super cool.
He built this.
Oh, yeah.
He's being bashful about it.
With
he
his
literally
bare
designed
hands?
and built this
That's
place.
Well, yeah.
Well, I didn't walk up and like, oh, this came with the house. Like, clearly looks
It's
like
the same color as the
It's
house.
pretty cool. Did
Yeah.
you like board by board? You built this?
I fretted about this. I was actually thinking of moving to Nashville at that time, and I was sitting there
Moved
like
Nashville to you?
like everybody else, right? Just
Right.
everybody just keep moving to Nashville. No, but I was just like, no way, man. Lions is a great place. I want to retire here someday. Blah blah blah. I've got a river across the street from me. We've got all kinds of musicians in this town. It's a really great place. It's quiet. It's got stars at night. I mean, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where it was like, okay, Jesse, my wife, and I were like, okay, we're going to stay here and we're going to do this. Oh, speaking of Jesse, you are the best. See, that's why we're married. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you drinking now?
I got a Mercenary double IPA, so this set could go a little,
Barf.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not an IPA guy.
yeah, I
sorry,
know.
sorry for
I
all
know.
you IPA nuts in Colorado.
I know.
I can't get into it.
I know. Well, that's cool, though. That's good, because you guys got to drink the water, and we got to drink the IPA. And then it's
That's right. That's right.
But anyway, so we decided that we wanted to stay here, and then I just went to the town and tried to figure out what's the biggest thing I can build, and blah blah blah, and went to all the hearings and all that stuff, and then came up with a million designs by myself, trying to figure it out, and then just kind of settled on something and went for it. And I hired some great guys from around here, and they did a tremendous job of putting my drawings and the drawings of my my architects and so forth into a thing, and it really works. It's quiet. It's roomy. It's got a nice vibe from light coming in and so
Yeah.
forth. And so
It's
we're just really lucky.
no. Congrats, man. Hell of a. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about Down Home EXO, because that's a rocker,
It's a
and it's a crowd. I'm sure it's a crowd pleaser. And,
It was crazy. We started actually. Now that you mentioned that, we were playing this stuff maybe a week or two before we actually released it, because we
Okay.
just kind of wanted to get it.
Yeah.
Get it on its feet live. Brought it to live at the lake at the beach at Cherry Creek Marina,
Okay.
and I knew I was in the right zone when we started playing the new stuff. People were just flocking to the stage, and this song, I mean, got them hopping more than anything. And there was such a like, you know, there's a call and a response in this song,
Right.
and those don't always hit. Those
How many times you got the crickets going?
You don't always get that. Right. And I realized the first time we played this without anybody having ever heard it, that they got it. You know, the just can I get a hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, the timing was great, and everybody got it, and it's just, and I was like, all right, this works. And yeah, I mean, the response to this song live has been greater than any song we've had, for sure.
And in the track, you built in some of the live stuff.
Yeah.
Built in
and
some
that
crowd
was
stuff.
right up to the last minute. Mystery gave me 2 versions. He gave me one where I said, "Can I get a hell yeah?" and there was no crowd. Like you didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Or or the crowd. Like there was
Right.
2 because he was like, "I don't know, should we have the crowd? Is it cheesy?" It was one of those, just studio things. We're like, "Is it cheesy? Is it right? Is it blah blah blah?" And I just liked having the crowd.
Yeah.
I think that crowd was actually a sample that he got from the Grizzly Rose one night
no
when
way.
he came down here and like saw some shows and like
Yeah.
on his little, he's kind of a Luddite. He's like not into technology. He's
Right.
like didn't even own a cell phone when I first met him.
Oh my God.
And but he had an iPod Touch that he would just like record shit on.
No
and
way.
Whatever shitty recording that was, like he just got hell yeah on that,
Yep.
like clean, and it's in this song.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really like how you guys
didn't know
built
that.
some of that excitement. In the
That
track.
counts for me. Like it's still your hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like you earned that one. You can use
That's
that.
right. Exactly. Right. Totally.
It's not like soundeffects.com.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Well, let's get a hell yeah here on volume.com.
Yeah. Feel free to hell yeah at home.
Yeah, you guys, can you give us a hell yeah in the
type hell yeahs in all caps.
Yeah, hell yeahs, emojis.
Every time.
You know,
Every time.
I'm already seeing the hell yeahs are starting to come. So
Sweet.
we got 1,400 people watching us right now. So there's gonna be a few
Oh,
hell yeahs
shit.
that come. Yeah.
Wow.
So let's.
It's a real thing
play
you're
some
doing here,
down
Brian.
home
I
exo
better
over here.
straighten up my ass.
Straighten up your ass. All right, let me get a little tempo here going.
I got a gas tank full of fire and a heart full of desire. I got an open road, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. There's a rowdy crowd down in Georgia, old party out in California. Don't you worry, 'cause I'm coming to you. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Can I get a hell yeah? You got to go, you got to know, you got to party right here. Can I get a hell yeah? You got to move to this music everybody can hear. Call it the down home exo. Gotta get a little from my banjo. Gotta sing a little song we all know. Gotta get a little move on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little love in the Frisco. Got a really good spot that we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. Wise old man at told me, and a couple young girls that showed me there is more than one way to move. And they're right, they're right, they're right. I found love in every story, and I can ride that away to glory. I do my best to bring it to you. And I write, and I write, and I write. Can I get a hell yeah? You got to go, you got to know, we got the party right here. Can I get a hell yeah? You got to move it to this music everybody can hear. Call it the down home exo. Gotta get a little strum on my banjo. Gotta sing a little song that we all know. Gotta get a little groove on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little up in the Frisco. Got a really good spot that we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. Crank it up and follow me. Right here is a place to be. Nothing but good times I see. Alright, y'all. Let me show you what I mean. Hell yeah. strum on my banjo. Gotta sing a little song that we all know. Gotta get a little groove on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little love in the Frisco. Got a really good spot that we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little strum on my banjo. Gotta sing a little song that we all know. Gotta get a little groove on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little brothers against you. Got a really good spot that we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. Can I get a hell yeah? You got to move to this music, everybody. Yeah. Gonna get the down home exo. Gotta get a little from on my banjo. Gotta sing a little song of my own. Gotta get a little groove on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little love in the disco. Got a really good spot that we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little strum on the banjo. Gotta sing a little song that we all know. Gotta get a little groove on the dance floor. Get a little down home exo. Gotta get a little love in the Frisco. Got a really good spot we all know. Gotta get a little something for my soul. Get a little down home exo. I gotta say, the beer must have helped. I don't think I was spitting those lyrics quite as accurately when in rehearsal.
Well, you know,
Loosened up over here.
the beer gets us going. That was a hell yeah. Can we get a
Yeah,
hell
man.
yeah out there?
Shit, we really that was a lot of fun.
Speaking about hell yeah. Oh, people are saying tacos are great. And oh, there's a big hell yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. There's
big hell yeah?
There's a big hell yeah emoji showing up in the chat room right now.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So if you guys like what we're doing here on the Wrecking Room stage, please hit the follow button. We need to get some more followers here. We're putting out great stuff every, 4 times a month or so, and basically you'll just get a little thing that says, "Hey, Wrecking Room is broadcasting," and you just jump in there. So
I dig what you're doing, man. I think this is really cool. Thank you so much for having us.
yeah,
Seriously.
and I want to talk about. So Volume is, you guys have a show coming up at the Dillon Amphitheater,
Right.
right? Mm-hmm. And you guys have been doing that for a couple years?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Obviously not last year. Actually, it's funny enough. Dylan did do like a thing. They put us on a pontoon and put us on a beach.
I heard about that.
Like 50 yards from anybody, but it was cool. I mean, it was a really creative way to do a show. But yeah, I mean, since the Dillon Amphitheater opened, I mean, it only opened 5
Yeah,
years
not that long ago.
Yeah, like nothing.
For those of you that don't know, this is the Dillon Amphitheater in Dillon, Colorado. It's
Right.
west of Denver. What about 90 minutes or less than that?
Yeah.
70.
Yep.
And it's a
And,
wonderful place up there, and it's a great
gorgeous amphitheater. And I'm not exactly, you never know exactly how people hear of you or how you get invited to things, but did a show there, opened for Carly Pierce there with KYGO, and ended up doing some of our own concerts there, and they always seem to do well. And I'm happy to be there just because the place is just so gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's just such a cool stage.
Yeah. And it's just there's a lake in the background, and it's a really open place.
Oh,
and
yeah. And just the crisp mountains. In fact, fun fact, I filmed a Coors commercial on that very lake, and that almost in that spot, just on the other side of the lake. Yeah, it was it was one of these two dudes drinking beer. There's only one beer left, and I shared with it, like we're camping or whatever. And Sam Elliott's in the background.
Cool.
Coors.
Coors.
Yeah. So
I've done a few Coors commercials in my life too.
Have you?
Not as an actor. I was a drummer. You know.
Oh, nice. Really?
But, yeah. I got on a couple of them back in the good old days with the Kip Kipper from Coop Studios and the rest of the crew down there.
No
It's
shit.
Scoop Studios Music and Sound Design in Boulder, Colorado.
That's cool,
And my
man.
brother works
Look at
there
all
too.
these, weird degrees of separation that we got.
Yeah. But when is the show? Is it September 10th?
September 10th.
September 10th.
Dillon Amphitheater.
I would love to be there. I'm going to be playing with Kyle Hollingsworth and Steamboat that night, but we're hoping that you know,
That
if
gets
if
canceled.
enough of you
No, I'm kidding.
requested out here, if enough of you Volume people request it, maybe there's a chance that Volume will stream the big Buckstein production out at Dillon. How about that?
Request.
we want you
wanna
guys
see
to
the rest
request.
of this show. You want to see the other players. You really do. I promise you. We've worked very hard this year.
And by then, Taylor might be on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
maybe
a
Taylor would
chance.
be out of the.
I'll be. I might just. I like sitting, guys. Once I can use my right foot, it's even better. I'm never standing again.
So anyway, we hope to be seeing them up there, or for you guys to be seeing them up there, wherever you are, whether you're in South America or whether you're in. I mean, there's a lot of people from South America on this site. There's people all over the world that
so
are on
cool.
this site. So
And that's
hopefully we can bring you out to the world. And
one of the most beautiful things about this whole technology thing and all this streaming stuff is the fact that like you can connect with fans in Spain and Egypt and Australia and all those cool places. I mean, it's just makes the world that much smaller.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
really
It's
does.
it's so neat.
It really does. Well, let's get into this next song. This is a song that a lot of people know, and this is a new tune, "This Land," right? On your
That's right. That's
and,
right.
I'll just leave it at that. Or why don't you talk about it for a second?
Yeah, I mean, not much to say here, guys. I mean, this is an old Woody Guthrie standard, and I had this idea for like this version, this sort of energy, almost. I mean, over actually a decade ago now, it was really brought to life on this album. Really, really proud of it. Hope you dig it. This land is the old land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking down a ribbon of highway, I saw above me an endless skyway. I saw below me a golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is the old land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. The sun was shining as I came strolling. The wheat fields waving, dust clouds rolling. The fog was lifting, and a voice came chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is the old land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking, I saw a sign there. And that sign said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. And that's the side that's made for you and me. Yeah, this land is the old land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
That's powerful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun story about me and my girlfriend. We had just met, and we were it was during, like, we were kind of near downtown Denver during, like, last year in like the height of COVID and all the George Floyd protests that were going on and all this craziness was going on downtown, and there was a curfew, and, like, a lot of people were really scared, and we were at some friend's house who had this really, like, nice sound system out in their backyard, and I played, like, they played. I would never be so bold as to do this, but they heard this version, and Keith and Taylor were looking at each other like, what? Of course they would. No, I didn't this time. I promise. This was their idea. And they played this, like, a rough version of this during, like, that, and they blasted, and, like, everyone in the neighborhood just, like, started, like,
Oh, man.
clapping and cheering, and she was like, you have to finish this song, like, yesterday. And so we went and finished it, like that month. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's great to have that support.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah,
For an
yeah.
artist, I mean, I know my wife supports me
yeah,
in so many ways. And she's a great artist in her own right. She's a great singer. She's done records with, Latin records and stuff.
and
all
you
this
guys
crazy
get
stuff.
along, which is
So
great.
it's like you got to have that,
Yeah.
that support and for each other. So
For
it's
sure.
really, really
For
great.
sure.
So we have Lucky Day. This is the first single that you released off of Comfort Zone.
That's right.
And can you tell us about that process and
Yeah, I don't. What do I know about releasing a single? But I guess you got to do it. And yeah, I've got. There's people now that sort of tell me, hey, you want to do this in this order and put this out. And I looked at. I mean, the whole thing is you look at the whole album and you're like, what's really going to make the most sense? What's really going to make the most impact right now? And this song was written long before COVID, but I remember, like, in an interview, I said something like, it feels like I wrote this in some sort of a clairvoyant fever dream before COVID, because it is so relevant to now, and at least, what we hope is continuing to come out of this thing and kind of get back to some normalcy. And so that's the subject matter and just the groove of it, the vibe of it, the commercial ability of it, all led it to be this single. And I was super proud of just, I don't know, the music, the lyrics, all of this. I mean, it's that, I'm finally starting to make music, Brian, that, like, I'm really, really proud of.
Well, you
and,
should be.
It started with, like, a lot of that started with the people in this room, and has taken off from there. And, like, yeah, this one was really super special to me.
Awesome. Well, let's listen. This is Lucky Day by Buckstein on the Wreckingroom channel on volume.com. Let's give it a spin here.
Woke up this morning, the birds were singing a song. Work's not calling, all my bills are gone. Slept until noon, and I feel great when I throw on my boots, hit the town today. Yeah, high-fiving strangers as they pass me by. Hit my favorite bar and couldn't believe my eyes. Everyone I love all gathered in the same place. Damn, this must be my lucky day. 'Cause I can hear my favorite song playing over the crowd. Found 320s in my pocket, so I'm buying around. There's a good-looking girl looking my way. This must be my lucky day. I told a good joke nobody had heard before. Becky's life is the kind that gets the whole crowd to roll. It's a special kind of feeling, having the right words to say. Just rolling with the punches, everything's going my way. Sucking in my favorite song, playing over the crowd. Found 320s in my pocket, so I'm flying around. There's a good-looking girl looking my way. This must be my lucky day. Mom and Dad decided the day was stopped by. Got a little hungry and they brought the pizza guy. Band's getting back together and setting up to play. There's no doubt in my mind, this is my lucky day. Come on. This must be mine. In my favorite song, playing over the crowd. Found 320s in my pocket, so I'm flying around. There's a good-looking girl looking my way. This must be my lucky day. You and me, my friends, this is our lucky day. You and me, my friends, this is our lucky day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a feel-good tune. For
There's
sure.
the band's getting back together. I mean, I was like, when we came out, I was like, oh gee, like every time I sing that on stage right now, I'm just like, oh my God, thank God, thank God, we're getting
After
back
that
together.
year, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we were all sitting around picking our noses, trying to figure out like what is
watching
my
Tiger
worth.
King.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my God. That's a throwback.
Yeah. So in a show like this, we have to have like a total whack-off tune, don't we?
totally.
You know, like just a rocker, you know, and so you guys had this tune, and have you guys been playing this tune for a while, or is this
No, yeah, like back in the Grizzly Rose days, I mean, I had to have 50 songs. You know, I mean, that was
so how
that
many
was
how many sets did you guys play a night?
5 sets a night.
What?
Man.
Is that
6 nights a week.
545s?
Yeah, 540s.
540s. And so you guys are like dead after night one.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it was my vocal gym. You know, those years
totally.
spent in there and having to do that, and you know, still being able or trying to be able to, you know, sing on the Sunday night. That'll make a man out of you real quick. And I'm very thankful for those years. But so, you know, I had to have a shit ton of covers. There's no way I've got that many originals. And you'd pepper in your own originals, and that's how you'd start to, you know, this is for anybody out there who's listening, who's, you know, wants to know at least one way this is done. That's how you do it. You play originals, you play covers, you pepper in some originals, you sell some original stuff, and people get interested in more and more, and blah 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 blah, and you build a following that way. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, we've got covers on covers on covers on covers from back in the day. And when you asked me like, yeah, let's do something, and you said something specific, you were like, let's do something you don't normally get to do.
Right.
And I don't know, I've looked through the lexicon of covers that we do, and I just said, oh man, I really like this Eric Church tune. I just love the groove. I've from a drummer perspective, I figured like this is a fun one.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a rocker, man.
Yeah.
Snare on all fours. I mean,
And it's a little obscure Eric Church, but it's just such like it's one of my most favorite tunes that he ever did. So
awesome. Well, we have a question from the crowd, and you can answer this or not answer this
good.
after we play the song.
All right, cool.
Someone in the audience said, boxers or briefs? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, let's play the song.
Find out after this tune. Making eyes at me like you don't wanna get caught. Where'd you get the cowboy on your arm? Where you want me to drop him off? I see you trying to hide that fire inside, but your homie bag's almost gone. It's about time you let cowboy know I'm gonna take you home. So keep on looking at me that way we can move this along. I can tell you what I've got here on my mind, but I think you already know. You turn around if you want me to walk away. Or you can keep on looking at me that way. I can tell by the way you took your hand when I asked you to dance. You went all John Wayne up in front of his friends, said, I don't think so, man. Y'all bowed up like a loudmouth pup, never been in a barnyard fight. Well, if you gonna bark at the big dog boy, you're gonna get to feel the fight. Oh, keep on looking at me that way we can move this along. I can finish sweeping her up a pretty little feet, and your buddies can carry you home. You can back off and let her dance with me and live to fight another day. Or you can keep on looking at me that way. Damn.
Yeah, that's a blast.
That is a good one, right?
Just a straight rocker.
It's such a good one. The answer is...
For those of you at home, hold on a second.
Both boxer briefs.
Dun, dun, dun. Both boxers and briefs, ladies and gentlemen.
Boxer briefs.
Maybe is it a hybrid? There's a hybrid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got the hybrid going
Boxer
on.
briefs are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're supportive.
Yeah.
You know?
Need a nice little... You want
Let's talk
separation.
Welcome back to Think Outside the Boxer.
So if you guys, can we get some volume.com boxers? I'm making a request right now.
Oh, that'd be cool.
To those of you. We want them for the Dylan show, for the Buckstein Dylan show. Coming up in September 10th, so
We can see that volume logo.
We can see that volume.
Good. Right there on the front. Turn up the volume, it should
Turn
say.
it up. Who's going to turn it up?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't beat Taylor to the punchline, did I?
I was trying to be good. It's a family show, folks.
One of the guys from upstairs said, we'll get right on that right away. So,
Nice. Perfect.
We've got some upreach here, to the powers that be. So
Yeah, good.
So I was laughing to these lyrics on this next song. Yeah, I mean, do you want to tell us a little bit about She's Got the Gold
man.
Mine?
I love the weird, dude. I love the kind of out of the box, out of place. And this Jerry Reed tune is so clever. Like, I will never write lyrics this clever. Maybe I will. Who knows? But I look at this and oh my God, that's so good. She got the gold mine and I got the shaft. Like, come on.
It's hilarious.
Just come on. And so, yeah, one of the good things about having your own band is you can make them play whatever the fuck you want. So that's what we're doing.
All right. Well, let's get into this one here. I'll count you in, Taylor. Everybody's mics off in my room? Yep.
In 63 when eating my cooking got the better of me, so I asked this girl I was going with to be my wife. Well, she said she would, so I said I do, but I said I didn't if I'd have just knew how saying I do was gonna screw up all my life. Well, the first few years they weren't all that bad, and I'll never forget the good times we had, because I'm reminded every month when I send her the child support. See, it wasn't too long until the lust all died, and I'll admit that I wasn't too surprised when I come home and found my suitcase sitting on the porch. Well, I tried to get in, but she had changed the locks, and there was a note taped on the mailbox. It says, "So long, sucker, my attorney will be in touch." So I decided right then and there I was going to do what's right and give her fair share. But brother, I didn't know a share was going to be that much. She got the gold mine, I got the share. They split it all down the middle, and then they gave her the better half. Well, it all sounds sort of funny, but it hurts too much to laugh. She got the gold mine, and I got the shaft. Now listen, you ain't heard nothing yet, 'cause they give her my color television set. They gave her the house, the kids, and both the cars. And then they started talking about child support, alimony, and the cost of the court. Didn't take me long to figure out how far in the toilet I was. I'm telling you, they must have made a mistake, 'cause it adds up to more than this cowboy makes it. Everything I had worth taking, they already took. While she's living like a queen on alimony, I'm working 2 shifts and eating bologna, asking myself, why didn't I just learn how to cook? She got the gold mine, and I got the shaft. Well, they split it all down the middle, and then they gave her the better half. Well, it all sounds sort of funny, but it hurts too much to laugh. She got the gold mine, and I got the shaft. Bring it for me, Chief. She got the gold mine, and I got the shaft. They split it all down the middle, and then it gave her the better half. Well, I said sort of funny, but it hurts too much to laugh. She got the gold mine, and I got the shaft. She got the gold mine, everything that was mine, and I got the shaft. Yeah, yeah. Cheers.
It's just classic.
Yeah, man.
What else can you say about that?
There's nothing. That's it.
The night we played it at the Rose, and there was a group of women at the front who all met in like a divorced women group.
Really? I don't remember this.
You were like, "Here's a cautionary tale about getting married and getting divorced," and this crowd of 6 women was like, "Ah!" Yeah, so that was nice playing it for
It's fun. Your
the folks fighting the
bandmates,
good fight.
your bandmates know verbatim like all of your go-to lines, intro before every song, and that's what Taylor was quoting. This is a cautionary tale about getting married or whatever. This one's for all my drinking buddies out there. That's it.
Oh man, that's the ultimate country tune for sure.
I'm with it.
Somebody put up a turtle that's getting like spanked in the butt. Wait, what is this?
Oh, that's for me.
Oh,
Don't mind that.
no, I can't see what's going on, but there's a turtle that's getting his something rubbed.
Oh my God.
But yeah. Anyway, we're not watching that, right? So at volume.com, there's a sideshow. That's the thing. You know, it's like we're playing music in here. People are watching us play music, and you know, people are asking you whether you wear boxers or briefs. I mean, you never know what's going on. And then there's a turtle getting his butt rubbed. I mean, so you know.
Pandemonium.
It said
Dogs and cats living together.
It said he's getting he's dancing turtle with a toothbrush. I don't know. You guys put it. Come on, we need some other crazy stuff. How about some rats? Can we get some rats? Or how about some shrimp? I know Ari was on last night and he was doing an improv tune about shrimp. There's a guy on this channel, Ari. He's a nut. He's a musical genius, and he's like he does hip hop, and he does all the beats, and he plays all the stuff, and then he improvs songs, and he goes for like 5 hours at night, and it's awesome. It's totally great. I've actually been able to stream from him here, like he's in New York, and I'm here, and we're sending the stuff back and forth, and he's adjusting my video, like laying it back, and it looks like we're playing in total sync, and it's really, really fun. But he's a good guy to see on volume.com.
Cool.
Now they're posting rats. Like rats
asking
in a rat
you shall
trap.
receive.
Okay, so we're winding down here, and we got to talk about this song because this is how I met you all.
Yeah.
This song, Taylor calls me up. He's like, Brian, I want you to come in and do this session, blah blah blah, and I come in, meet you guys, and then we have this rocker. And I don't know if this is the first song or I don't know. We recorded a few songs, but can you tell us a little bit about Boyfriend? Yeah.
So this was written by Chuck Cannon, who, I mean, if you look up Chuck Cannon, you'll know that you know him. He was a huge songwriter for like Toby Keith and a bunch of other people back in the day. I've met Chuck a few times. I've gotten to have some conversations with him. I can't claim he's a friend or anything more than an acquaintance. He seems like, a super cool guy. I think I don't know if Nashville wasn't his jam anymore. But he was putting out his own stuff and he's a real songwriter's songwriter. I mean, he's just so good. And this song, he had played in write-arounds and different stuff I had attended over the years. And, nobody, at least that I know of, was really cutting it. And I just always thought it was brilliant. And I think I thought about it. I'm like, who would have the balls to cut this song? And I was like,
right here.
oh, right here, baby. So when it came time to, Taylor and I wanted to do 3 songs. And I should tell this story. I said I was going to tell this story over dinner, but we didn't get time to tell the story. So this was one of Chuck's songs, and we went to cut this version, and that's how we met. And we played this song, Your Boyfriend, and it's still to date is my most popular song. It's my most
right, that's because I played drums on it. That's
dude. It's my most stream. It's the highest number of streams, and super popular in on a lot of circles, and it's popular enough that we did a remix, a really cool kind of like trap remix.
Yeah, I just heard
guess
that yesterday
with a real popular DJ by the name of Stay Loose. Just slayed this. So here's a quick thing. Okay, so when we got into the studio to record, we did 3 songs.
Yep.
One of them is unreleased because what happened was I changed a bunch of lyrics in this song that we wanted to release. Yep. And I got permission from one of the songwriters who was my friend, but there was another songwriter who shall remain nameless who did not give permission for me to change the new lyrics. And I went back and forth. I was like, all right, I'll change everything back. Can I change like one word? Because there was one word didn't make sense because it was from a female perspective originally, and I wanted to change it to a male perspective. And they said no. So I didn't get to release the song. We finished it.
That song is so awesome.
It
was like the best of the bunch.
It really was. It really was. So then, fast forward, years later, Stay Loose has cut this thing, and he makes a TikTok that kind of blows up on his TikTok page. That did that about the making of this song, how we took the original one and cut it, and TikToks are only 60 seconds at most.
Right.
And it got a ton of comments, And in the comments, I recognize this name because it's like, hey, yeah, it's a great song. Chuck Cannon, my buddy, originally wrote that. And he was like, yeah, great remix. And it was the dude who didn't give me permission to cut the song that's still sitting in it. And I wanted to respond and be like, well, if you like that one, like, you know, or something, I wanted to fucking, but I didn't do it. I missed the opportunity. But yeah, like he like then just so, I don't know if it's irony. I hate misusing the word irony, but it just like years later, he recognized a song that was in the bunch of songs that we were cutting, and we didn't get permission to release the third one because he didn't want me to change any lyrics. Right. And it was so funny that he recognized like, oh, that's great job with that, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, I want to hear that song again later tonight just to remember, because it was just so special. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah.
But we got another one.
I feel bad talking about something that the audience member will never hear.
For what it's worth, this song hits super hard too. Boyfriend is great too.
Yeah.
This song was a strong
That was a really good one, but this one's also cool.
And then also, because we have people possibly from South America that are watching us, where did this, you've got some metrics that said that this song is popular down south of us.
Yeah. I mean, my Spotify, you know, I don't know how to read this stuff very well, but I mean, yeah, it's like I've got a ton of like I got a ton of new followers on like Instagram out of Latin America. I think mostly because of this tune. And you know, like that's how it works. I mean, they listen to this song and then it takes them into the other songs. Right. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I haven't heard or seen, but I'm hoping it's being played in some clubs down there and people are.
Oh yeah, the remix. Yeah, that would be
the remix or the original. Yeah, you know, either one. I mean, the original was doing very well down there. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, well, let's give this one a shot.
Sweet.
I'm really psyched to have been able to be a part of this one, and you know, we're not gonna leave with this one, everyone, because I want to come back and play. I want to play country or the Comfort Zone one more time. This is my favorite song. Right. Yeah, we're gonna play that one out.
All right.
But here's Boyfriend by Buckstein. We're at volume.com/Wreckingroom stage, and they will be at the Dillon Amphitheater on September 10th coming up in Colorado. And you guys got to go see them. And if you can't see them, you're going to watch them on volume.com.
Correct. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom. There's something wrong. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom. He's been there too long. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom. You wish he was gone. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom and it don't turn you on. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom. He's looking for love. He gave you everything he got, but that ain't enough. You found another lover, girl. Now what will you do? Your boyfriend's in your bedroom back there waiting for you. So you close your eyes, those lights go dim. He's all into you, but you ain't into him. You're breaking his heart and it don't even know. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom, time you let go. Your girlfriend knows your secret, you hope she don't tell. She swore that she could keep it, but you know her too well. Your love is talking dirty on your cellular phone. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom and he don't turn you on. So you close your eyes, those lights go dim. He's all into you, but you ain't into him. You're breaking his
he's onto your lies. You told him all the old ones, girl, so don't be surprised. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom committing a sin. Your boyfriend's in your bedroom with your very best friend.
Hats off to Taylor Marvin on that one, seriously. I mean, every time I hear that song, I just remember being in the studio and how much like work and like effort, like all the little nuances and all the licks and putting all the, you know, the directing the background vocals and all that shit. This song wouldn't be what it is without you, bud. So,
And not to mention Taylor Marvin. I mean, he could do a million things with one foot, right?
yeah.
But he was engineering the session,
Yep.
set up all the mics,
Yep.
did all this stuff.
Yep.
He's directing the session, and then he's back there playing guitar
Yep.
during
That
the
was his
session.
guitar. I mean,
And it was
dude,
Keith.
just-
Keith,
yeah.
and you and I were the only ones that were in the other room, right?
Yeah.
And I was on heroin.
And you were exactly. And then Buck is at the
Having a family show, Taylor.
and Buck is singing, you know, in the 57, and it sounds fucking monstrous. And I was like, oh god, this is great, you know. So I had a great time with you guys. It's so great to meet everybody, and
Yep.
hats off to you guys in the band. Is there anything else that we missed that people want to know anything about Buckstein? What do you guys? Anything anything coming up?
Keith, you have the floor.
Keith, you have the floor.
My girlfriend's moving into my apartment soon.
Awesome.
So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's gonna be really nice for us. It's kind of a big step. So we're really happy with that.
That is great. That's great. See, there's a family show. Like all kinds of stuff happens.
No, I'll say that. I mean, in case you couldn't already tell it, but you know, people in this room, I mean, are some of my best friends, and like it just, you know, you're gonna do this. Just do it with people you enjoy doing it with, because it's a long, hard road, no matter what level. And seriously, love you guys, and Brian, this has been a lot of fun. Way more fun I thought it was gonna be. So thank you.
You're like, oh yeah, he's dragging me into a studio.
Yeah.
You gotta like play all these
Yeah.
songs, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the thing is like volume gives me the freedom to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I'm just so lucky to have played around a lot and to met a lot of people and to bring in people like you. And it, you know, I get off on it totally. I'm so lucky to.
Here's the volume.
To play,
Volume.com.
Yeah,
and it's,
thanks
and it's
everybody
great
there.
success.
And on that note, we are going to leave you with, again, my favorite song from the new album called Comfort Zones. the
Dealer's
title
Choice.
track. Dealer's Choice, exactly. So this is our last one for tonight. Thank you, everybody. This is Buckstein on Volume.com, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you, guys.
Mic's off?
No.
Ah, see,
Except
I caught
mine.
you. That's $5 right there. We can restart on Volume.com too. All right, here we go. One.
The sun don't shine. Just let your heart beat right next to mine. And if you need a little quality time, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Looks like today I might be calling it. I got my truck, let's take it for a spin. Don't overthink it, just hop on it. You can do that, yeah, you can do that. You can do that, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, come on and get a little closer, make yourself at home. Yeah, girl, you're always welcome right in my comfort zone. road that we come across. GPS said it's more fun to get lost. Need a case of beer and a blanket to toss. I can do that, yeah, I can do that. Drop the tailgate on the edge of town. Crank up the radio and buggy on down. If you wanna sing along to the sweet, sweet sound, you can do that, yeah, you can do that. You can do that, yeah, you can do that.
Wanna bug it down, take your boots off, baby.
Yeah, come on and get a little closer, make yourself at home. Yeah, yeah, girl, you're always welcome right in my comfort zone, in my comfort zone. Let's get into it. Comfort zone. That's Taylor Marvin now on the lead guitar. Keith Dorwart over there on the bass. Lovely Miss Sarah Hubbard here on the fiddle. And that's Brian McRae over there on the drums. My name is Buckstein. Just doing the best I can. Check out bucksteinmusic.com and volume.com. We'll see you guys again real soon. Your hips keep swaying in the headlights. Where you're moving, we could be here all night. This is wrong, forget about right. We can do that, yeah, we can do that. We can do that, yeah, we can do that. I got something I wanna say, Molly. Put your worries up on the shelf. This case of beer ain't gonna drink it, sip. If you want somebody who can help, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, we can do. Yeah, come on and get a little closer. Make yourself at home. Yeah, yeah, girl, you're always welcome right in my comfort zone, in my comfort zone. Good night, everybody.
You got to have the rock and roll ending, right?
Rock and roll, baby.
All right. Thanks to Buckstein. Thanks to Sarah Thanks to Keith. Thanks to Taylor. I'm Brian McRae at the Wrecking Room on volume.com. Thanks to Jesse and Randy in the control room for all the help. Randy was here last night helping me set up cameras and, making lists and plugging shit in and blah, blah, blah. So
You guys are the best.
thanks
Rock
to
stars.
everybody, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.